I'm going to get a little picture down for this question. So here is one of the tunnels, and then just below it, I'm going to put the train in that's traveling through it. Now, for it to travel through it and come out the other side, it's not only traveling the length of the tunnel, it's also traveling the length of the train. Because look at the front, okay, it's got to travel the length of the tunnel, but then it will just be here, it'll still be inside. But it's got to then travel the length of the train to get on the outside. So that's something to bear in mind. So let's say the length of the tunnel is X, and the length of the train is L, and we don't know either. Well, we know X for these two different instances. Um, then we can see that it takes 5 seconds to travel 85 plus L meters, and then 8 seconds to travel 160 plus L meters. So there's a quick way of doing this question. Therefore, it's going to take 3 seconds, an extra 3 seconds, the difference between these to travel the difference between these, which is just going to be 75. And therefore 1 second to travel 25 meters. And that means we are traveling at 25 meters per second. So the key thing, and it's quite hard if you've never seen a question like this before, is to realize that it's got to travel the length of the train as well as the length of the tunnel. Now, I actually didn't realize that when I did this question, so I went a much longer route, which I'm going to talk about as well, because it still gets you there. Sometimes you don't pick the quickest route. So I said, right, the speed is going to be equal, first of all, to this 85 plus L divided by 5. So distance over time. And also, it's going to be 106. Remember, it's a constant speed, so it's going to be 160 plus L divided by 8. And I formed a fractional equation from this. Now, I actually decided, rather than cross multiplying, you could do that. I decided to divide through by the fractions. So 5s into 85 goes 17. So 17 plus 1/5 L. I just wanted to avoid multiplying large numbers, if I'm honest, and I saw that these 5 goes into 85 and 8 goes into 160. That's why I made this choice. So then I can rearrange this. It's going to be 1/5 L minus 1/8 L is equal to 3. It's going to factorize the L out, so it's going to be 1/5 minus 1/8 L equals 3. Put this over a common denominator, so times this one by 8, it's going to be 8 over 40 minus 5 over 40, which is going to give me 3 over 40. And actually, I've worked out the length of the train. I can times by 40, divide by 3, L is going to be 40. And from that, I can substitute that back into either one to get the speed. Probably easiest to put it into the second one, 200 divided by 8. Which is going to give that 25 from before. So yeah, it's not bad to see this approach as well and how we can work out the length. You'd have to construct this sort of equation, I think, if you wanted to work out the length of the train. So yeah, I just went into kind of standard mode, but be aware there is a very quick way of doing this question.